submission from Casey.
While our kickboxers, our heavyweights, take rest, we've got amazing, amazing battles. Let's meet our mixed martial artists. Fighting out of France, please make some noise for Dylan Salvador.
Dylan Salvador, this 28-year-old, is undefeated. Both wins, you'll love this, Frank, by submission. One of them a rear naked, the other an anaconda. So this is going to be a great matchup for Josh Anderson. He did miss weight by 2 pounds. Still going to be a 5-round fight. If it ends up where Josh loses, there will not be a title change. So we're still going to have a great 5-round fight, but missing weight by 2 pounds is enough to negate the opportunity to win the belt.
Yeah, that's a shame because, if the champ wins, it's not that big of a deal. If the challenger wins, there's a lot of, obviously it's going to be an automatic rematch, a lot of what-ifs, you don't get the belt. It puts a lot of questions on there. You hate to see it happen. But a 2-pound weight miss, it's not the end of the world as far as the corner and having to reestablish. Some mistakes made, obviously, with travel. When you see people miss by, 5, 6, 7 pounds, then that starts drawing questions of their commitment, what's going on. You should have known that this was going to be a problem farther out. So the 2 pounds, it loses the title. And if it wasn't a title fight, he would have missed by 1 pound. So he's right there. Maybe obviously to tighten a few things up.
Dylan Salvador, he is from France, but he trains with ATT in Atlanta as well. He was a Glory Contender tournament winner. He's a Waco kickboxing lightweight world champion. This is a guy that's got experience. You mention it all the time. Don't underestimate that 2-0. Don't let that be a thing. That was a misleading thing. You have no idea the other things. Rob Morrow, he did bare knuckle. Yes. He's done a lot of other things.
And now with the amateur, circuit, so many guys have a ton of amateur fights, or they fight in Sambo, or they fight in different, events that don't count towards their MMA record. And so on the first look, you look at, this guy's had 2 fights. I remember one time we called some fights for a guy. I was over in Russia. And his corner came up to me. The other corner goes, our guy's 3-0. We have an easy night. I'm all, dude, the guy's like a multiple-time Sambo champion. He has like 400 Sambo matches. Are you serious? You didn't realize that? And they were completely taken aback because they hadn't realized what they were. Oh, man. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a long night, dude.
It's going to be a great fight. Let's get the introduction of who Dylan Salvador will be facing from Casey.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent fighting from right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Right there. Make some noise for Josh Anderson.
Josh Anderson, crowd favorite. He is 5-1, but the one loss was an illegal kick. And if you watch the video, there's a lot of confusion on it. But he is, he's 6-1. Only loss is that illegal knee. Half of his fights are via decision. Half of them are KO or a TKO. He's been doing a lot of training with Alfred Walker. And this is a guy that's really exciting to fight, Frank. We've watched him a couple times now, and he puts on an amazing fight. And when you see what he can do in the cage, he stays so calm, but he is a monster when the cage door closes.
Yeah, he definitely keeps a mindset. Some guys, they go out there, they're fighting, they like to fight. And there's some guys that go out there and they want to hurt you. And Josh Anderson has more of the latter approach. Good grappler, he takes you down, but you can see his mental approach to the game is not just to beat you, he wants to hurt you. And it just has a whole different outlook to it.
Josh Anderson is a guy, when we talked to him earlier in the week, he stated, this is what I'm made for. I'm made to hurt people. And you got to love fighters that have that attitude. And this was a conversation in passing. This wasn't just a hype for the hype video or a promo or anything like that. He was like, no, I like hurting people. I love putting people down and making them bleed. You got to love that type of attitude. Our MMA fight of the night, the first one, Casey Loop has the official introduction.
River Spirit Casino, the Cove here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and live on UFC Fight Pass. This is mixed martial arts, 5 rounds, 5 minutes apiece. Gentlemen, let's meet our fighters one more time. Fighting out of the Regal blue corner, fighting out of Lyon, France, weighing in at 158 pounds, this is Dylan Salvador. And across the cage, fighting out of the arena red corner, fighting out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. He weighed in at 154 pounds. This is Josh Anderson. Our referee in charge of this mixed martial arts battle is Mr. Kevin Nix. I hear you, but I know you can make even more noise. Are you ready?
the cage doors getting closed. Josh Anderson is in the black trunks with the gray stripe on the side, and Dylan Salvador is in the yellow trunks. They meet in the center of the cage.
And already you can see the forward motion and strifing of Anderson. He's trying to get him to fire off a strike. That's why sometimes grapplers, a guy who has a grappling style, will come up, guard high, and walk right in your face to get you to throw punches, throw strikes, so that you can expose yourself, so they can get the shot, get the takedown.
When you've got a guy that's got 2 wins via submission, do you think it makes Josh doesn't want to go to the ground? He's going to try and avoid it?
I think that you understand what strengths and weaknesses your opponent brings to the table, but at the same time, you have to always still play to your strengths. I think Anderson's very comfortable with being in top position, getting the takedowns, and I feel like I'm the better grappler out of the two of us, regardless of the success Salvador's had. Here already you see the takedown, hands together. Now he's trying to secure to make sure that Salvador doesn't just bounce right up. Salvador's trying to twist right now, get his right leg out of there and push down. See, again, he's trying to pull his head over the top. And if he can get his hips turned, where you see he's driving right now, trying to turn his hips to face the ground, so now he can get to his feet and stand up.
Knee there from Dylan Salvador. There's another knee on the inside leg.
Yeah, he has that underhook, so it's going to make it harder for Anderson to take him down. It's blocking him. 50-50 position. Now he's even got double underhooks, just not connected, and throwing knees. Oh, now he's working for a hand connection behind. It's very difficult right there, though. That's one thing that when you train that's just hard to always get prepared for, is in the cage, trying to reach over and grab behind someone's back. Your hands get grated against the cage, and a lot of the more experienced fighters actually do it to you on purpose. We'll lower our weight, and basically we call it the cheese grater. Drive your fingers across the cage and break your hand. It's very painful and discourages you to keep your hands connected behind someone's back.
Dylan Salvador doing a lot of knees against him on the cage. What does Josh got to do to get out from?
Well, he's got to drive his hips forward. Right now, Josh is keeping his shoulder down because he's grappling mindset. So that shoulder down. Now he's got his back against the cage. It makes it easier to stop the knees. But if he has his back against the cage and allows Salvador to pull his hips out, and then he also keeps his hips back, there's a space now for that knee to come up and hit you in the body.
It's got to be nearly 20 knees on
those hurt.
Josh Anderson.
There's so many things that hurt. Nice spin knee, little John Jones action there.
Salvador told me he thinks he's the best striker tonight. Not just in his division, tonight. And we have yet to see that action. He's definitely got the knees.
Well, you know, Anderson's kept the fight grimy and up close, and even the takedown that he did catch, Salvador was able to get back up to his feet, turned it around. But even when Salvador turns it around here, he doesn't break clinch. A lot of guys that want to keep a striking, right here they'll create space. But now you see Salvador, he's working his own double underhooks, which is, you know, it has a nice underhook on the right side, foot sweep. He's working his own takedowns.
Gets top mount position on Josh Anderson. Josh is trying to get out of it.
Oh, he's got the head and arm wrapped. Oh, nice little bridge there for Anderson. He's got him in the guillotine with the arm in there. But he's going to has to be mindful of his legs, or he's going to connect his hands, which it looks like Salvador already has. So hand connection is pretty much almost a guarantee of a takedown. But he's respecting that guillotine. Maybe he's feeling some pressure from Josh. If Josh gets taken down full guard with the arm and guillotine, it'll depend on how Salvador defends it, whether it works or not. If he's able to get a guillotine where his legs are on one side of the same side as the head, he would be able to maybe get a lot of pressure on the neck. And there he used the guillotine more as a threat to keep him from being taken down.
Oh, heavy knee there from Dylan Salvador. And he's on the hunt, and he's down. Josh Anderson's down. Salvador with elbows, Frank. Again.
Wow, great job on Josh Anderson's part.
And now he's got a rear naked.
Yeah,
That's going to be it. That's deep.
He's at a weird angle right there. It's deep, but it's not typically the correct angle.
Josh is bleeding a lot from his nose. Oh, and there's another left. He's going for another submission.
Oh, now he's got a better angle. Deep. Yeah, now he's in trouble.
And he's gone straight down.
Yeah, this one's going to be finished.
I don't think he's going to tap. There it is. And that's it. Dylan Salvador defeats Josh Anderson. Extreme Fight Night 373. The Frenchman comes in and redeems years of loss against America. Dylan Salvador, 3 submissions in 3 fights in MMA.
Not
what a
bad
great
for a
start.
kickboxing world champion, right?
Absolutely not. People think it's only going to be strikes, but it ends up a submission. Unbelievable performance from Dylan Salvador. He felt like he stayed calm the whole time, Frank.
Yeah, great composure. I mean, that's a guy who's had a lot of fight experience in other combat arts, you know, kickboxing. And here you see there's a head outside single takedown from Josh Anderson. Salvador was able to work back up to his feet, trade distance, and here was able to do some damage. Josh, again, fighting for that takedown, but Salvador every time was able to block the takedown. Well, not every time. This time he blocked the takedown, was able to rotate and put Anderson's back against the cage. Almost really threatened a really good takedown himself. But after getting caught with a flying knee on the break, here you see the exchange. Almost a Von Flue choke after the guillotine attempt from Josh by Salvador. They stand up. There was that flying knee we're talking about. Great damage there. That's what led to the mount. And basically that final rear naked choke that finished the fight.
Beginning to the end there for Josh Anderson.
Hey, great on Josh. He took a hard shot. We've seen how bad he was bleeding. Stuck in some bad positions. A lot of other guys might have just covered up and stopped taking any abuse. He fought his way up. That choke was tight, just not aligned right because of the position they were in. There, though, on the second attempt, Salvador was in a much better position to get the choke. That one was in 100%. And you see now that Salvador gets the tap.
Yeah, they're checking Josh's nose there. And we're waiting for the official announcement here from Extreme Fight Night, our first MMA fight. And it was not for the title because Dylan Salvador did come in 2 pounds overweight. And we are waiting as the doctors are checking Josh Anderson's nose. So we're waiting to make sure everything is okay before we get the official announcement here. Still got great fights. We got the championship fight of the heavyweight tournament where Rob Morrow and Hayes Wilson. Let's get the official announcement from Casey Loop in the center of the cage here. Extreme Fight Night 373.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighter center of the cage. We still have Josh here with the doctor. Make some noise for these fighters in that bout right there. That's why it's called Extreme Fight Night. And thank you to our crew for getting those shots. It's amazing. This bout ends 4 minutes and 50 seconds into the first round. And your winner by tap out of the blue corner, Dylan Salvador.
Dylan Salvador is the winner, and Frank Mir is in the cage with the winner.
Here with your winner, Dylan Salvador. Hey, look, world kickboxing champion, and you come in here and now you're 3-0 with 3 submissions in MMA. What's going on?
I got a good coach, I think. I want to say thank you to all my team. He helped me, pushed me a lot, all this camp for the last 4 years, so I'm very happy. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys.
Obviously, this is also a bittersweet victory. We have the win, we don't have the belt. What is going to be the remedy to come back? Is there something you're going to strive for now, an automatic rematch to get so, or are we just moving forward?
We see. We're gonna talk with my manager and see what's going on, what's going to happen after that. We see. I'm ready and just fight. Let's go.
Your winner, Dylan Salvador.
Dylan Salvador, just a humbled fighter and ready to move on to that next thing, and had an amazing fight. Great submission against Josh Anderson. Let's look at some more of the replay. It's going to be a different angle. Here's that knee. Look at that. Excellent lead, and then boom, right on Josh. And immediately Josh knew he was in trouble. You see him cover up and then try to get on his horse, and then he falls down. And that was the beginning of the end for Josh Anderson in this MMA fight here. And just a great fight. Again, Extreme Fight Night on UFC Fight Pass, not disappointing. Still got great fights. We've got Peter Stanonik. He's going to take on Laurent Nelson. We've got the winner of the heavyweight tournament, and then we've got our next fight that has some drama around it as well. And Frank Mir's getting ready to come back to us cage side, and we want to make sure we thank all you guys for joining us on UFC Fight Pass here in Tulsa, Oklahoma at